Let's now cross live to our other reporter, Mbalenhle Mthetho, at the Gauteng Results Operation Centre in Alberton. A very good afternoon to you, Mbalenhle. So we understand we are looking at a similar picture here in Gauteng as we've just spoken to Mahlatse of course, in Limpopo. It looks like the ANC is still sitting on top there, 34.78%, followed by the DA at, of course, at 27.52%, with the EFF in third place there at 12.90%. How far is the vote counting at your particular area?
Well, we've had to step outside after hearing complaints and that there is a group of people outside protesting the results and questioning the outcome of the elections and claiming and also alleging that the numbers do not reflect the true picture of what happened of the voters on the ground. And this is one of those small parties, and it's called the African Restoration Alliance. They're here. But what you also see behind me is that we're seeing more police officers or more police deployment. You will see a police nyala behind me, and you also see and these are vehicles that have not been here since yesterday, but today we're seeing more police officers. I'm joined by Freddie Mabuza, who is the regional chairperson for the African Restoration Alliance, here to speak to us about why it is they have come to stage this demonstration here outside of the Alberton Gauteng Results Centre. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Why are you questioning the legitimacy of these elections?
Thank you, Bali, for coming to us this afternoon here. There's so much discrepancies and irregularities that we've picked up on the ground that suggest that the results that are displayed on the scoreboards, they are not a true reflection of what ARA is expecting. And because of the objections that we picked up on every voting station, that has affected us across the country. That's why then we've decided to come here to display our dissatisfaction to IEC and to tell our voters on the ground that whatever the voice that they've said, that because they wanted ARA to govern, but IEC has a way to silence us because, due to all these irregularities that were not even accounted for.
And how did ARA perform in these elections, both nationally and possibly regionally, or provincially, in the areas that you can remember?
Okay, let me start by saying in national we are sitting at about less than 11,000 votes nationally. So of course that makes that is very questionable. I'm just talking about Western Cape alone. Western Cape alone, we've got a membership of about 80,000 in Western Cape alone. Membership, card-carrying members of ARA. And then coming in here in Gauteng, we're strongest in Western Cape as well. But then we've done better in Western Cape. And here in Gauteng, we haven't done well, according to what IEC is projecting on the screen.
Okay. Now, some might say that you are disputing the picture that you see because you have not performed in the manner that you had expected to, and that maybe this might be because you're disappointed in your own performance, and that the IC might have nothing to do with the rigging or the irregularities that you are alleging and claiming right now.
We see, ARA is a different organization. We are not cowards, and whoever can think that we will be suggesting that we are so losers, and that will be, for me, it will be nonsensical for us to be here and then making noises, because we understand that we've worked hard, and we've seen people on the ground going to vote. We've fed people, and that are our members. I'm putting an example. We've got a voting station that we've got our members, about 80 members on the voting station, and some of them, maybe 20 of them, they are party agents and are runners outside, and you go and count the votes inside, you find that there's only one vote in that voting station. How can we justify that? And how can we then accept it? And we as ARA, we decided that we cannot be silent about it. We want people to know that these results are not a true reflection of what our ground forces have spoken on the ground.
And are you only relying on that voting station, or is there any proof that you can then produce in order to verify or to substantiate rather the claims that you are making?
Actually, there are quite a lot of objections. At the first, let me just put this in record that we have submitted, I think, at least 125 objections and 20 criminal cases in this election, and that tells you that we've got a serious case that we have put it in IEC. I mean, in other voting stations where party agents, I can put one even voting station, I think is Ward 43 in Meadowlands, where party agents just went and opened a ballot box before counting, and then take the ballot papers in front of the PO, and there was nothing that has been done on that. There's quite a number of cases that were reported. Load shedding took place immediately just before us starting to count, and many people they've left.
There's no load shedding. But it's fine. I think thank you so much for your time. There you have it. The African Restoration Alliance making some allegations against the wild allegations against the IEC, claiming that this is not the true picture of what has happened on the ground, and they're crying foul because the party did not perform as well as had anticipated, and they are alleging that some of their numbers were not captured properly at various voting stations.